stuff on the channel. Well, don't forget to say Happy Mother's Day to your moms if you haven't already. But we have the EP9 out by XTAR featuring PowerTac flashlights. We were talking about that today. We got one of my everyday carry guns, the SIG P365 AXG Legion. And then we also have our 4570 Marlin Dark Series lever action with some Midwest Industries furniture, also running an LPVO on this bad boy as well. We also have the giveaway package in the background, which is always fun to chat about. So funny enough, not a sponsor, what's up, man? So funny enough, I actually have not done extensive range reviews on any of these guns. The EP9 is gonna be one of the next guns to have a 1,000 round range review out on the channel. The P365 AXG Legion, I think that would really be a good one to do a 1,000 round range review of. I haven't really thought about it until right now, to be totally honest. And then the Marlin Dark Series in 4570, I am just kind of waiting on finishing out the build. I'm waiting on a handguard, and then we'll put a flashlight and maybe like a laser combo on before I do the range review of that. The Kobe, what's up? 251 Performance, hello. DJ, what's going on, boys? Yeah, for the EP9, this gun right here, this little AR 9mm platform, I think this is kind of the final configuration before the 1,000 round range review. I will say I probably will do 500 rounds suppressed and 500 rounds non-suppressed for that range review. So that's probably going to be how this one rocks. I do like this optic on it. This is by Vector Optics, so we'll hang out with that during the 1,000 round range review, and then we'll get a little review of that optic in as well. I would really like an optic and a flashlight for the SIG Legion here. Funny enough, I might actually shoot me an email over to PowerTac, see if I can grab another one of their flashlights. I do think this is, the RMSC optic cut for the I'm not sure what the optic cut on this is, but I would like to add an optic to this. Not a sponsor says, like the stream, boys, yes. And Tonios is laughing at me for some reason, okay. And then the, Gabby, what's up, man? And then the Marlin Dark Series, the current upgrades on that, I did add the Griffin Armament flash hider taper mount so I could throw the suppressor on it. We do have an emissary development handbrake, running some Midwest Industries side saddle things. We have the Guardian by Gideon Optics LPVO on this. I did do just a little paracord wrap over the lever, and then we have the Midwest Industries stock with their kind of side saddle holder for those 45-70 rounds. I actually did, there are a couple more parts that I would like to do to this gun. The biggest one is probably the Midwest Industries handguard, which we were just kind of waiting on. It needs a larger scope. That's a pretty big scope for this gun, pretty big LPVO. Uncle Pork Chop, thank you. Ghostly like, show me an AK-47. So, funny enough, we don't actually have any AKs out on the table today. We have tons of AKs here on the channel, just none of them out today. But I did reach out to a trigger company, Timony Triggers, so we'll see if I can't panhandle for one of their upgraded triggers for this bad boy. And then I do really want the Mad Pigs custom, it's like a proprietary takedown screw. Gabby says you should get your barrel tomorrow. Well, thank you, Gabby, I appreciate that. Gabby's helping me out with an AR-10 build. We've currently sourced the barrel and the lower, and we are just gonna have to piece together some other parts. I had gun, and the cops took it. Well, what were you doing to get your gun taken away, big dog? But if you guys are just popping on the stream, make sure you are subscribed to the channel because I would really appreciate it. But yes, we're trying to do a trigger upgrade for this, and there is a takedown screw upgrade from Mad Pig Customs. And then we will get the Midwest Industry stock in hopefully soon. We have a flashlight already picked out for it. So those will kind of be most of the upgrades for this gun. I may switch out the hand stop, we'll see. DJ says, welcome in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't miss out on the giveaway. Correct. Venmar says, hi, hey. Uncle Pork Chop, my AR-10 SS barrel shoots tight, but takes 9,000 years to cool down. Yeah, I mean, depends on how fast you're shooting, depends on if you're shooting suppressed, depends on how spicy of a round that you are running. Funny enough, On the table today, I have only shot one of these guns, and that is going to be shot extensively one of these guns, and that is going to be my P365 AXG Legion. I did buy this gun myself. It was a $1,300 handgun. I do like it. I do wish I could upgrade the trigger a little bit, but I think the integrated comp works very well. I actually do kind of like the metal frame, magwell grips on this bad boy. The trigger kind of sucks, especially when we compare that to the Canik Prime, but it is what it is. Mulaney says, hi, what's up? Bruno, how do we participate in the giveaway? Yes, you can currently win the Canik TP9 Elite SC and the Utica Knives Survival Knife. To participate in that giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and you drop a comment on any video that features the Canik TP9 Elite SC and the giveaway knife, and you'll be entered to win that giveaway. What is the best silencer for a sniper? Depends on the caliber, and you just got to get a silencer dedicated to that caliber. My Hellcat is the same way. Yeah, the Hellcat's a good option as well. Love Caniks. The triggers are butter out of the box. Yeah, the Canik Prime has a really phenomenal trigger. Even the Canik TP9 Elite SC here, the trigger on it is actually pretty decent. I will say it's definitely a lot crisper trigger than like a Glock trigger, but there is something about just like a stock Glock trigger that I am at least just very familiar with. I commented in the live. Does that count? Yes. Bro, shoot. You cannot shoot on a YouTube live stream, or else I would. Bro, Mr. Patel, what's going on? Muzz, Ollie, what's poppin', G? I forgot the hi again. But if you guys are just popping on, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We have the Marlin Dark Series chambered in 4570 today. We have the SIG P365 AXG Legion. And then we have the EP9 by XTAR, a little AR9 platform. Incredibly lightweight gun. A little bit heavier, obviously, with the suppressor up front, but even with the suppressor, it is very, very light. The only lever action I got is a Win 3030 saddle. Nice. Shoot with it. Use it. Try it. Plenty of videos on the channel of me shooting all these guns. He's got the Metal Gear Solid Pack. Show us the gunshot. How long's the barrel on the AR? J-Mac asks. Oh man, I did not do the specs video for this. I want to say 7 to 8 inches. It's a pretty short barrel, but 9 mil, so it doesn't really need to be super long in my opinion. What's your personal opinion on polymer receivers? Well, we gonna find out, because the EP9 by XTAR does have a polymer receiver. The only other guns that I have with, I guess, large guns, like not pistols, I guess, polymer receivers. The Chris Vector does kind of have like a polymer-ish receiver, but not as polymer-y as this. That was a terrible way to phrase it, but yeah, we're gonna see. If it holds up 1,000 round range review and is all good, then who cares? It's a pretty inexpensive gun. I think this gun's like 450 bucks. Zane says hi. Give one gun. Yeah, we are giving away a gun. We are giving away the Canik TP9 Elite SC in the background there. I spent a lot of money on a German G22 and now they took it from me. Why did they take it from you? Nice, for $450. Yeah, dude, for 450 bucks, like this is a pretty solid. I mean, that's literally that's like the price of a used gun. So you can get a brand new EP9. Very lightweight. How is it like heavy? This gun comes in just a hair, well, obviously before all your aftermarket shenanigans, just a hair over 4 pounds. So that's actually the first thing you notice when you kind of pick up the gun is just truly how light it is. But we basically have a polymer receiver, a polymer upper, a polymer handguard. Like the whole gun is basically polymer except like the barrel and the bolt. So it makes for an incredibly light gun. Pay the Snucker, what's up, dude? Appreciate you popping by. If you guys are just stopping by, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You got to be subscribed to win the giveaway gun. But I hope everyone had a really awesome Mother's Day. Hopefully you all called your moms, said happy Mother's Day, and now we're hanging out with some guns for dessert time Mother's Day dinner. I thought it was fake, but you're an American. Yes, I am indeed an American. We have nothing fake here on the channel. We do have a SIG gun, which I feel like has been having a lot of controversy over the Sig Sauer stuff recently. Curious to see how we can collectively determine if the P320 is going to explode in your pants or not. I have not had any negligent discharge issues with the 365 here, but you know, sample size of 1. Sweet, 4570. Yeah, we got the Marlin Dark Series chambered in 4570 with some Midwest Industries upgrades. So some cool stuff. Are you a fan of Springfield handguns? I think, and this is kind of to go for every company, to be totally honest. I think a lot of companies have some good guns and a lot of companies have some bad guns. I really like the Springfield Prodigy. I know that's kind of a, you know, controversial opinion, but my Prodigy has worked very well. I got a Springfield 911 and I had to send it back to Springfield to get fixed, so I was pretty annoyed about that. The Springfield Emissary, their 1911 is okay. You know, I think they got some good guns. I think they got some not so great guns. I'm not really a big fan of the Echelon. Not that I think there's anything wrong with that gun. I just think it's like kind of, I just don't like it, to be totally honest. I just don't think you're getting a lot out of that. But if you guys are just popping on, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I wish my mom a happy Mother's Day in heaven. Well, I'm still sorry to hear that. It got dark there. Just picked up a Glock 43X. You got any thoughts on it as an EDC? It's not a bad EDC gun. Personally, I don't like the Glock 43X. It just doesn't fit my hand very well personally. The P226 Legion is always the best thing going. I have a 226 Zev. I almost bought the Legion, but I didn't. Fun stuff, yes. There are no firearm sales on the channel. Bro, if I got this, I'd be excited to try it, for real. Yes, they're all very exciting pieces. I just bought the XDM Elite 9mm. Seeing a lot of good reviews on it, so I got one. Yeah, not gonna have any issues with that gun. What is the rifle to the left? This is gonna be a Marlin Dark Series, a lever action chambered in this beautiful 45-70 round. We do have some Midwest Industries upgrades on this bad boy. Featuring a LPVO, Emissary Development handbrake. We do, I don't know why I never throw the suppressor on this for the lives, but we can suppress this guy. I do not sell anything. There are no firearm sales in the channel. Please stop asking that. Springfield's the only GOAT is the M1 QCB. I like the M1A quite a bit, actually. J-Mac says, beautiful. Well, thank you, J-Mac. Yeah, I like all these guns. It was very interesting to pick up the EP9 right after I picked up the Marlin Dark Series, because this is an incredibly heavy gun. And then the EP9 is incredibly light. So that's kind of like what I'm most excited for / almost most concerned with for the range review of the EP9. It's truly just how light the gun is. My fear is that, you know, does it maybe have a pretty substantial recoil impulse because of how lightweight it is, but we'll see. If you guys are just popping on the stream, make sure you subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I really would appreciate you. Is that California legal? It is legal, but this is not California legal. It's Hans, below average Utah dad. What's up, man? Where is the Raptor? The Raptor is up in the gun room. We limit to 3 guns alive, typically. Well, I guess 4 if you count the giveaway gun. Is this airsoft? No, real stuff here. We get the Marlin Dark Series in 4570, the SIG P365 AXG Legion, and the EP9 by XTAR. I'm not sure, I'm new to this. Yeah, California is pretty lame sauce, and they have ridiculous amounts of gun laws that don't make any sense. So we do our best to stay out of California, except for my boys at Syndicus Cerakote. I love them. They are based out of California. Very cool gentlemen, but unfortunately enabled by the laws of their time. Have you shot any of the Grizzly firearm handguns? I have not, actually. Guzman, I'm here. What did I miss? Not too much, man. What kind of QD red dot is that on the EP9? This is the... It's by Vector Optics. It's called the Frenzy by Vector Optics is the name of this guy. A little QD red dot. It does have a couple of different reticles to it, which is cool. We're kind of going to do the range review of that whilst we do the range review of the EP9. How long do you live in a war with real military? No bombs or grenades, like probably 2 seconds. I have an MP5 and a SIG 226. I love the 226. I do not have an MP5. I would like one. My PSA dagger frame will be here on the 14th. Nice. DS just subbed. Thank you. If you are just stopping by, please subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. I really would appreciate it. You need to get some FRTs. I would like to FRT the lever action. No, I'm just kidding. I do have a super safety on one of the ARs. I would like to put that on this gun. I think that would be a ton of fun. Thoughts on the LCP Max? I'm not a huge fan of that gun. We do actually have two of them. I haven't had, it's just, I don't know. It's not a bad gun. It's small. It's snappy. It is what it is. It's a good, like, very concealable gun. Actually, would it could be comparable to the MP5? I mean, this would be quote unquote comparable to the MP5 because it's roughly the same size and it shoots the same round. But basically in all other ways, no. The MP5 is going to have that roller delayed action. I believe this is just direct blowback. This is going to take Glock mags. The MP5 is going to take proprietary mags. I will say this does lock back and have a traditional AR-15 bolt release. So the ergos are probably maybe a little bit better than the MP5 just because it is AR style ergonomics. It's the HK. I just bought it. Nice. An HK MP5 is impressive. I feel like a lot of people get the you know, the PTRs and the Century arms, which aren't bad guns, but the HK does have some pretty good quality. Good evening, all. What's up, Ratchet? 9mm, kind of, yeah, what he said, yes. Jacqueline. Jacqueline? Sorry, Jacqueline? I don't know. Jaquin. I don't know. What's in the background? This is the Canic TP9 Elite SC. We are giving this gun away along with the Utica Knife Survival Knife. It is free to enter that giveaway. Love the XTAR. Yeah, man, I'm pretty excited to go ahead and do the 1,000 round range review for the EP9 by XTAR here. I have some pretty good first impressions. I subscribed and commented on 2 of your videos. Well, thank you, Bruno. I do appreciate that. If you guys could all subscribe to the channel, it really does help me out a lot. The more subscribers we get, the more stuff we can get, and the more content I can make. Really, no one really pays me too much for this, but if you donate to the channel, that basically goes right to rounds for all the 1,000 round range reviews. Malvin, you got the 18C. I do not have the 18C. I do have 3 Glock 17s that I like quite a bit. I would really like to get a Glock 45, throw a Radian Ramjet and afterburner on it, but I don't have $9,000 to build a Glock. I spend a lot of money on some of this stuff, and unfortunately for me, a Glock is just not going to do it for me. But yeah, today we do have the Marlin Dark Series here, a 45-70 lever action featuring some Midwest Industries furniture. We do have the P365 AXG Legion out on the table today, and the EP9 by XTAR. Rocking this German Flecktar goon tape. We've got a PowerTac flashlight, Fletcher Rifle Works suppressor, Arisaka hand stop, and a Vector optics. Bus, the package arrived today. Nice. Yo, yo, yo. Spending the evening with my beautiful mother, my children, but I had to come drop a like. Well, thank you, Jonah King. Ryan says, are these rounds safe to run, but what? I have no idea what that means. It just got there right now. Nice. I think it is in my P.O. box, so I can grab it tomorrow. Goon tape's a nice touch. Yeah. I like goon tape. It's fun, man. I like spray painting. I like goon taping. Goon taping is better, in my opinion, because you can just take the tape off when you get bored with it. But I did want to add a little bit of flair to the EP9 here. Not that it wasn't a cool gun, but I have so many just standard black guns. So threw some goon tape on it. And I also, well, this kind of originated because I needed some way to hold the pressure pad for the flashlight, and ended up just kind of goon taping it down. So if you guys are just popping on, I would beg you to subscribe to the channel. That sounds a little desperate, but please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. Aren't you worried about hitting a primer with recoil? On what gun, Ryan? I'm a little confused. Are those rounds safe to run butt to nose? Oh, okay. Because they're round nose and not pointed. I mean, like, these are not, like, that's not going to be enough force to hit that primer. It's fine. Do you think someone should give up their weapons with a child in the house or on the way? No. I think you should be a little bit smarter about keeping them locked up, would be my recommendation. Get me one, the small one. Well, you can win the TP9 Elite SC, the gun in the background. We were giving it away. I have a pistol, and I have something, HK. Why are guns black? I don't know. I think that's just the typical color for polymer and anodized aluminum. Good day. What's up, Scoot? Appreciate you stopping by. What kind of safe would you recommend? Someone in the comments give this guy a safe recommendation because I really don't have one. I inherited a bunch of safes from my dad, and those are what I use. There are probably better safes out on the market, but I just use what I have. So if you guys are just popping by, please subscribe to the Muzzlebroke channel. We have new content that drops absolutely all the time. And then we do these live streams every once in a while too. Well, usually every day, because they're fun, man. We got a 9mm AR9. This is quite possibly the lightest gun that is not a handgun that I have in the collection. The EP9 comes in just a hair over 4 pounds, which is crazy light. Before God told the Israelites how to dig a latrine, they were dropping, okay. Glock 43 or Canik MC9 Prime? Canik MC9 Prime every day of the week. Glock 43X, the grip sucks, lower capacity, incredibly snappy. The Canik's gonna have a 17+1 capacity, the trigger's phenomenal, and it's probably less expensive. Depends if you like rocking rifles, maybe a locker is a better option. This is true, there's plenty of safe options. Or you could just fortify a whole room. But yeah, man, the EP9 by X-Tar, really excited. I'm hopefully going to be filming this 1,000-round range review, hopefully like Thursday. I don't know. I need to find someone to help me film, so I have to panhandle to one of my buddies to hopefully come help me film this. We'll see. We still, I guess, we probably should do a 1,000-round range review on just some of my guns that I've had before the channel, I guess. I just have some other projects right now because we are trying to do the 1,000-round range review of the EP9 as well as the Zastava M90 are the next two 1,000-round range reviews I'm going to film. The 1,000-round range review for the CZ Customs build will be dropping this week, which is going to be a very exciting video, so pretty cool. Juan says hi. Hey, Juan. Micro Draco or AR pistol? If you wanted a practical gun, definitely an AR pistol. If you wanted a nice, stupid, ridiculous garbage gun, I would get the Century Arms Tactical Draco and throw like a SBA side folder triangle on there, or maybe the shovel handle stock. Spray paint it and go from there. There are no firearm sales on the channel. Depends. I'm wanting to get a rifle for bird shooting in a few years nearby, but I'm currently doing some research, so I'm prepared to handle it. Well, good. It's good. Have you ever got a 360 no scope? Not in real life, and I'm actually incredibly horrible at Call of Duty. I do play COD quite frequently, so if you see Muzzlebroke in your Call of Duty ranked game, make sure to say hey.